केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Curtains have come down on a monsoon session that was always expected to be stormy. The build-up had enough political tinder. Splits in the opposition ranks as BJP looked to up its numbers game ahead of the delimitation battle in Parliament. Chanda Chori was still making headlines, and the paper leak controversy was simmering. Then came July 20th. The student protests turned into a street confrontation. The street confrontation entered Parliament and consumed much of the session. Look at the report card from Parliamentary Affairs Minister himself. Lok Sabha productivity 19%, Rajya Sabha 39%. Question hour could not be completed even once. 12 bills were passed, but only one, the anti-paper leak bill, was discussed on the floor of the House.
तो राज्यसभा का टोटल प्रोडक्टिविटी मॉनसून सेशन का 39%, लोकसभा का 19%।
11 बिल चर्चा के पारित हुए, एक चर्चा हुए, टोटल बिल 12। लोकसभा में एक बिल में चर्चा हो पाई और 11 में चर्चा नहीं हो पाए। राज्यसभा में पूरा बिल पे चर्चा हुई। सिर्फ ओपोजिशन के प्रमुख कांग्रेस पार्टी और कुछ लोग भाग नहीं लिया और कुछ ओपोजिशन पार्टी हिस्सा लिया।
Such was the acrimony this monsoon session that even Treasury bench MPs took their battle from inside the House to the steps outside, and the final day was no aberration. For the third time, NDA and the India Alliance MPs came face to face, shouting counter slogans with security personnel forced to form a cordon between the two sides, almost as if there was a battle being played out. The NDA accused Rahul Gandhi of running away from a debate on the Jharkhand student protest. The opposition hit back, alleging that the BJP's top leadership was the one avoiding accountability, despite Home Minister Amit Shah repeatedly saying he was ready to answer any and all of the opposition's questions. To drive home their point, Congress leader Pawan Khera came carrying a toy monkey, chanting 56 inch ka chota bandar jaldi aao sadan ke andar. That is the level discourse went to in this parliament session. The people of India expect it. Protest is expected. Protest is legitimate. Mockery is part of politics. Even gimmickry has its place when you're trying to make a political point. But 56 inch ka chota bandar? And remember, even this slogan wasn't original. It came from the Jantar Mantar agitation, where it was used by young protesters, not parliamentarians, not people from the upper house, but children using something like this. But in Parliament, today it was picked up by the Congress, repackaged and brought to the gates of Parliament. Teenagers protesting on the street may be forgiven for mistaking insult for argument and even making up for the hot blood that flows in their veins. But parliamentarians aren't teenagers. And now, not just the BJP, even leaders within the Congress party and the opposition ranks believe that maybe this crossed the line.
मैं समझता हूं कि हम लोगों को हमेशा जो सदन की और एक संसद सदस्य की जो गरिमा है उसको हमेशा ध्यान रखना चाहिए.
That monkey who was used, you ask them. We don't subscribe to this kind of position.
And here's the irony. These are the very lawmakers who demand respect for institutions, accuse the government of diminishing democratic discourse, and repeatedly invoke the dignity of Parliament. Which brings me to another battle over dignity today. This one over Shuddhikaran or purification ritual. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge told Parliament that a group performed a purification havan 2 days after his August 8 rally in Uttarakhand, linking the act to untouchability and demanding action. JP Nadda, leader of the House in Rajya Sabha, called this unfortunate and categorically said the BJP does not subscribe to such acts and promised an inquiry. The Uttarakhand BJP has denied any connection with the group involved in this Shuddhikaran Havan. But the Congress insists the episode exposes the BJP's anti-Dalit mindset and is demanding an apology from no less than the Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
सिर्फ मैं लोगों के समस्याओं को वहां पर बताया, लेकिन मेरे स्पीच होने के बाद कल लोग बीजेपी के लोग सब मिलके हवन करके उस स्टेज का शुद्धिकरण करने का काम किए।
माननीय खड़गे जी ने कहा है, ये सब में बहुत ही दुखदाई विषय है और ये दुखदाई सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए नहीं, ये दुखदाई हम सब के लिए है। बीजेपी, क्योंकि खड़गे साहब ने कहा कि बीजेपी के लोग थे, मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, बीजेपी डज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू सच एक्टिविटीज। जो भी बात हुई है उसकी तहकीकात जरूर होगी।
And speaking of dignity in political discourse, listen to the tone and tenor of the leader of the opposition himself. Watch the country's senior most opposition leader reduce the Prime Minister and Home Minister to personal taunts and innuendo.
एक चीज पूछ सकता हूं? हाँ। मिलनी समझ के तो नहीं पकड़ा था। I have not reached there yet. Our job is very simple. We can drive them crazy. मैं आपको बता रहा हूं, नरेंद्र मोदी रात को नहीं सोता है। आपने देखा अमित शाह सो कॉल्ड, क्या कहते थे उसको पहले, चाणक्य, और क्या कहते थे, सरदार पटेल, तड़ीपार। Where has he disappeared? 20 दिन के लिए पार्लियामेंट हाउस में नहीं घुस पाया वो। Why? Because for the first time they are feeling India's expression. But इनके माइंड में घुस गया कि फॉरेन पॉलिसी इज दिस। अब पतन किसने डाला, कहां से घुसा भाई? फॉरेन पॉलिसी का मतलब इमेजिन द इग्नोरेंस फॉरेन पॉलिसी। एक चीज पूछ सकता हूं? हाँ। मिलनी समझ के नहीं पकड़ा था। I have not reached there yet.
उन सत्र संसद का एक नेता के अहंकार, अनुशासनहीनता और उद्दंडता की भेंट चढ़ गया। और ये बात मैं पूरी जिम्मेवारी से बोल रहा हूं।
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the legitimate question on the news tonight. As competitive protests kill parliamentary debate, has parliamentary discourse hit a whole new low? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1. On time now. Super prime time.
Joining the debate tonight with me, Siddharth Yadav, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Senior Fellow at the IPCS, Deepak Reddy, National Spokesperson of the TDP, Abbas Haider, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Anmol Pawar with me in the studio, National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. But my first question goes to Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress Party. Ashwini Kumar Mishra, you know, I've seen 3.5 decades of parliamentary coverage. You know, I've seen governments and prime ministers and treasury benches and opposition benches over these 35 odd years. I think every time to myself that maybe this is the worst. It might just start getting better from here on. But the level it went to today, I don't even know if we can ever redeem ourselves as a democracy. And I'm not talking about your right to question and protest. I'm not going there. You have the right to question, you have the right to criticize, you have the right to protest, you can use satire, you can use whatever language. But 56 inch ka bandar to the Prime Minister of the country, and Ashwini Kumar Mishra, pardon me, whether you think this or not in your party, I don't know. But he is the Prime Minister of the nation. He's not the Prime Minister of the BJP. To stand with a monkey and pretend to be my grandson that would not do something like that. And he's the alpha or whatever, beta generation. I'm just saying, what is this that is going on? And then Mr. Rahul Gandhi on the dais today, you know, saying tadi par, this, that, and the other, the Prime Minister's foreign policy. Has Parliament become a Nukkad Natak Sabha?
Navika ji, good evening to you, fellow panelists and viewers. In the last, you played the bite of Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, and he said this whole session went to Ahankar, Anshashan, Hita, and Dantata ki bhet of one person, and I totally agree with him today. And that person is Amit Shah. We have been demanding the answer from Amit Shah from the very first day of the monsoon session that he need to be held accountable for the lathi charges on the student. But he chose a day which is almost a closing day of the parliament. It is like you are given an exam paper at the last minute to solve it, and then you expect someone to perform in that paper. So that was the mood discussion point wanted to have in parliament from the very start. Now coming back to your question about 56 inch ka chota bandar parliament ke andar, I think the way well saying is ki jidhar jawani chalti hai udhar jamana chalta hai, and this narrative, this whole style of I would call it poetry is developed by our Gen Zs. They are the one who's doing this poetry, because 56 inch was propaganda created by media itself, Navikari. I don't understand what is the problem with 56 inch and the bandar. आपने देखा नितिन नवीन जी ने हनुमान जी को बंदर बना के अपने रथ के सामने नचाया. So I don't find what is derogatory in that if someone uses those
अच्छा, you don't find anything derogatory. आप और पवन खेड़ा अपने आप को जेनजी समझते हैं. आप लोग अपने आप को जेनजी समझते हैं.
जिधर जवानी चलती है उधर जमाना चला है.
अरे भैया, आप बुढ़ापे की तरफ चल रहे हैं. अब जवानी छोड़िए, आप बुढ़ापे की तरफ चल रहे हैं. जेनजी से कदम मिलाने की बात करिए, उनकी तरह हरकतें मत करिए. आपको शोभा नहीं देता. And not inside the parliament. What people do at Jantar Mantar cannot be the playbook of what netas and members of parliament do inside parliament, Ashwini Kumar Mishra. But am I expecting too much, Siddharth Yadav, from the National Party in opposition? Am I expecting too much? Should India recalibrate its expectations when it comes to netas, when it comes to political parties? And let me not take any names here, because मुझे पता नहीं what standards we are setting for the next generation.
Good evening, Navika ji. Good evening to all your viewers. I was listening to Ashwini ji is saying, making the Hindi phrase कि जिस ओर जवानी चलती है उस ओर जमाना चलता है. ना ही इनकी जवानी है, ना ही इनका जमाना है. Then why would you resort to such things? The kind of acts that are being pulled by the opposition, I think if you ask me that we have to recalibrate ourselves and think that this is the new normal, I would not want to do it. As a citizen of this country, I would not want to do it. Forget which political background I come from, which political party I represent, but it is the collective responsibility of all citizens in this country that the political discourse cannot go this low. We are speaking of the leader of opposition. And when the leader of opposition, person who holds such a high statutory position, a position of such responsibility, can go down to a level and start saying tu tadak, start saying all kinds of things to the Home Minister and Prime Minister of this country, I think if something has to be recalibrated, it is inside the Congress party, not in the political discourse of this country. This is point number one. Point number two, Ashwini ji said, ये आप जब लास्ट में क्वेश्चन पेपर ले आएंगे तो कोई कैसे सॉल्व करेगा? तो अगर आपको लास्ट में बोल दिया गया कि चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं तो हम चर्चा कैसे करें? अरे you were shouting for this question paper from 10 days. ये तो the paper was leaked. You wanted this. आप कह रहे हैं कि हमको चर्चा करनी है. You said that we want to have a discussion on this topic. First, you wanted a resignation. Then you wanted a discussion on need. Then you said we want this discussion. Everything was accepted. Everything. When finally you said we want a discussion and the government accepts that discussion, what would prevent the opposition or the Congress party primarily to not participate in that discussion? The real reason, Navika ji, is they don't want a discussion. They don't want a constructive discussion in the parliament. They don't want a discussion around education.
That they don't want discussion was very clear over the last 2 days. Nobody in this country has any doubt in their mind that the opposition wanted a discussion or a debate or any answers. They did not want it. The country knows that. But if you don't want discussion and debate, is this a level that you will go to? That comes as a surprise even now. Every time we hit a new low, every time there is further lower that they manage to go, and that frankly to me, अब आप कह सकते हैं कि मैं जेनजी से सिंक में नहीं हूं, आप कह सकते हैं कि ये चीज बर्दाश्त करनी इस जनरेशन के लिए थोड़ी मुश्किल हो जाती है. I have a Gen Z son. Sometimes when he is irreverent, I do tell him, be irreverent, be critical, but language, भाषा पर नियंत्रण रहना चाहिए. I cannot call you here. My views may differ from yours, but I cannot insult you. I can take a dig at you. You can respond and take a dig at me, but I cannot insult you. I cannot abuse you. There is a line that needs to be drawn. Ashwini ji, have you forgotten all that?
Because you don't find calling someone 50 crore ki girlfriend abusive. You want someone calling.
Well, it was wrong then, my friend, but that was a long time ago. How long will you use that to keep sinking lower and lower? And Mr. Pawan Kheda is a repeat offender. The last time he punned on the Prime Minister's father's name. Narendra Damodar Das nahi, Narendra Gautam Das, he said. I want to ask you, what gives him the right to say something like this to anybody, forget the Prime Minister of the country?
He on the father's name, he clarified that point of time.
Oh yeah, and we all are in kindergarten, we didn't understand what he was doing.
I don't find anything offensive in this 56 inch ka, because 56 inch is something created by media. If it is derogatory, the media should
56 inch ka chota bandar agar whatever sansad ke andar, you don't find anything derogatory in this? Well, I don't know. I hope your mother's not watching this show. Matlab, sochegi. I as a mother would think if my child said this, what you are uttering, I would think मैंने कहाँ गलती कर दी, मैं तो ये जरूर सोची, but I'm just hoping that we can kind to your mother and she's not watching your show. Abbas Haider, I want to ask you. I am under no illusions that the opposition and the treasury benches are going to be at loggerheads in parliament session. That is the noisy democracy we have, and we are used to it. We are used to these stalling. I can rattle off the record of parliament. 2010, 2012, 2013, BJP used to also stall parliament. Now, the shoes on the other foot, you are doing it. 19% in Lok Sabha, 39% in Rajya Sabha, 175 crore rupees of the taxpayers' money down the tube. All your right, you can do anything. After all, the people are mere spectators. But I want to ask you, how much further do you think politics in India can go? Do you want people to really lose all faith and interest in the political class and the parliament?
Well, Navika ma'am, the purpose of debate in parliament cannot be debate for the sake of debate. See, the debate has meaning only when it can influence, improve, or, scrutinize legislation. Otherwise, parliament just become a forum for the government to announce its policies or legislation, and opposition can just, record their objection to them. Navika ji, we must understand.
So, 56 inch ka chota bandar, is it fine?
Properly.
No. Is it fine to call the Prime Minister 56 inch ka chota bandar?
I don't think it has been said for the Prime Minister, but I'm quite surprised why my friend from the Bharatiya Janata Party, why my friend from the media, they are taking it for the Prime Minister of India, considering that it is for the Prime Minister of India. The billboard never said it is for Prime Minister of India. अब मुझे नहीं पता, ये तो you can ask the Mr. Ashwini Mishra for that. You can ask Pawan Kheda.
अच्छा, आपको पता नहीं?
प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए कहा था,
Are you lost in the woods? आपको समझ नहीं आया? Are you lost? आपका alliance partner का क्या track record है? आपको कुछ नहीं पता?
Lost anywhere. नहीं मैम, वी आर नॉट लॉस्ट एनीवेयर, बट अगर आपको लगता है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी 56 इंच का जो भी शब्द यूज किया अगर उनके लिए है तो ये आपके विचार हो सकते हैं. समाजवादी पार्टी डज नॉट थिंक सो. हाउएवर वी डिफर विद द प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑन हिज पॉलिसीज. वी आर अगेंस्ट द पॉलिसीज ऑफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी एंड द लेजिस्लेशन दे हैव बॉट. So we know that they have passed 12 legislation. Navika, in a parliamentary democracy, Treasury side always have their majority in the parliament. So the purpose of parliament, the purpose of debate is that our suggestions, our scrutiny, whatever that is, should be taken in a positive way.
But you are not interested in being inside parliament. You are interested in being outside parliament and doing your skits, your nukkad sabhas, your drama, your placards, your bandars, chota bandars that you are taking around, balloons, masks that you carry around. You're not interested in going inside parliament, are you, Abhijit Iyer Mitra? When have you seen any interest to demand any questions and answers from the treasury benches? Isn't it a skit and a theatre that is going on outside?
So, Navika, I, for one, am a big supporter of abuse. I believe it comes under freedom of speech. The only thing that can be penalized is actual incitement to violence. That said, when you see what Sandeep Dixit did, शायद ये क्या मेलोनी नहीं है, and the 56 inch ka bandar by Mr. Pawan Kheda, what does it tell you? Tell me, do you think when the average voter looks at it, do you think this inspires voting confidence? Does someone look at, this monkey trick and say, oh my God, what a great leader, I'm going to vote for this guy? Does anybody see, Rahul Gandhi hugging Sandeep Dixit pretending to be Georgia Meloni and say, my God, what a leader. I really want to vote for this guy. This is the next prime minister. No, it doesn't. Do you think that anybody looking at this doesn't see that Amit Shah is 61 years of age, and if you call him youth leader, he will slap you? He only wants to be referred to as senior leader. And a man who is 56 years, just 5 years his junior, is perpetually well past his middle age, perpetually wants to be called youth leader of India. Tell me, does anybody watching this actually want to vote for Rahul Gandhi at that point? No. I don't begrudge Rahul Gandhi his skit. I don't begrudge Sandeep Dixit his skit. I don't begrudge Pawan Kheda his 56 inch ka bandar. Congratulations to them. I'm sure it's hilarious. And I'm sure the people who find it hilarious are also very few. They're not going to come out. Nobody votes for a joker. Please understand this. People vote for serious people with gravitas. Nobody votes for a joker. Nobody votes, for example, Renuka Chaudhary.
Maybe it's silly season. Maybe it's silly season. Maybe they think this is the new way to reach Gen Z because आजकल Gen Z का बुखार चढ़ा हुआ है. Everybody wants to appeal to Gen Z. And I don't know if Gen Z particularly finds this as an engagement factor. I don't know. But Anmol Pawar, I want to bring in a more important point. The important point is Rahul Gandhi, son of Rajiv and Sonia Gandhi, grandson of Indira Gandhi, standing on stage making fun of another head of state while talking about the irresponsible foreign policy by the Prime Minister. His words are irresponsible. On the other hand, who's with him? Sandeep Dixit, son of a 3-time Chief Minister Sheila Dixit, who knows what protocol, what heads of states and what engagement really means about. Talking and joking about अपने देश के प्रधानमंत्री तो छोड़ दो. You're talking about the head of state of another nation on the dais and making it out to be the biggest stand-up comedy show. Is this what politicians and parliamentarians have come down?
Navika ji, good evening. Navika ji, every Indian deserves the same kind of respect and they have the same set of fundamental rights given by the constitution of our country. But the fact remains that no one has degraded the political discourse more than BJP. We have seen the Prime Minister of our country labeling farmers as Andolan Jeevi and Parjeevi. We also saw how the representatives of Bharatiya Janata Party come on debates and hurl abuses on our mothers and sisters. We saw that how in the Parliament House itself, the Member of Parliament, Ramesh Hiduri, he called his colleagues as terrorists. I mean, the kind of words he used, I can't even speak on television now. And for the youth of the country, they say that they are urban Naxal, they are tukre, they are anti-national. So they are simply reaping what they sowed. But the point is that the nation deserves much more. The nation deserves answers on this Chanda Chori, Chadhawa Chori, the Zameen Bhrashtachar in Ram Mandir. Every Indian was expecting a debate and discussion on this topic. Every Indian was expecting the Bharatiya Janata Party to address the concerns of crores of students who are facing paper leaks. Whether you talk about Rajasthan, whether you talk about Uttar Pradesh, whether you talk about Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Jharkhand, every state, I mean, except Punjab, every state is witnessing paper leaks again and again. Despite that, despite bringing the so-called legislation in 2024, nothing changed. In fact, they are the ones who didn't even file a charge sheet against the neat mastermind of 2004.
I understand and I am with you. All students, Gen Zs, citizens of this country are with you on those concerns. But my friend, those concerns were to be addressed by the Home Minister. You didn't want a debate. So sorry, the nation has to wait maybe for the next session. Today the question, the question is, and take a stand on this, Anmol Pawar. Please take a stand. 56 inch ka chota bandar for the Prime Minister. Is this something that is okay to be used as a statement? And those foreign policy criticisms that were going on with a bear hug to Sandeep Dixit, is this the way political discourse will be made appealing to the people of India? Does it solve the problems of the people of India? Please take a position. Don't beat around the bush.
Yes, Congress is not at all serious about this country. That is why they have been wiped out state after state, and we are witnessing this kind of, they are on the verge of extinction. The point is, you said during the debate that opposition did want debate, and it's the Home Minister of our country who said just 24 hours before the Parliament session is about to end that we want discussion. Arey, what were you doing for the last 18 days? You said that you were coming to your chamber. Why didn't you come to the House? Why didn't you address the concerns of the students?
Let me for a minute agree with you. The government woke up late to the protests that were happening in Jantar Mantar. They woke up late and you agreed for the debate a little too late in the day. Having said that, you had the opportunity still to put him on the mat. Did you do it or did you miss the opportunity? Did you get the answers that India wanted, or did you just do, for lack of a better word, Mockery outside Parliament?
Navika ji, it's all propaganda. They were doing drama. They don't want discussion. They don't want debate. Had they been serious,
so what should we do? Deepak Reddy, so what should we do? We should do 56 inch ka chota bandar outside, because that solves so many problems that this country is facing. Deepak Reddy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I missed it earlier, Navika ji. Navika ji, I mean, you can see the level of desperation they're going down to for using that kind of a language. But what's important here is some people call Rahul Gandhi Papu. But now I don't agree to that. I think he's evil. He is trying to create a sense of the people that our system doesn't work and everything is dysfunctional and there is no hope for our parliamentary and democratic processes, so that there is a degree of revolt or happiness which comes into people. And that is the evil intention behind Rahul Gandhi's moves. That is why I was calling him evil. Another important thing is, if you see, the party is dying out from state to state. The other day in Andhra Pradesh, when the SIR was going, I personally checked with the Election Commission. They couldn't even appoint a BLAs also from this side. So they have no representation. So the degree of frustration which is there in them, and they're losing ground. So this is the way they want to show to the people, yes, they are of force and they can fight. It's only something to show to the people. But what's important here is, I was a member of the legislature earlier, and the day I took an oath, the procedure is the same for the parliament and the legislatures in India. So you have to swear on the constitution and say that you respect the process of the constitution, and there are a list of rules which are given, which you have to follow. So what the Congress and the India ecosystem people are doing in the parliament, you can glaringly see n number of violations they're doing. So the oath what they have taken, they are violating it. I mean, it is so do you trust somebody like this? What's important here, I think, the taxpayer should start asking, why should we pay for this waste?
I'm sorry, where is the forum for taxpayers to ask? They can only express their opinion once in 5 years. Not every time Parliament session wastes 200 crores for a washout. We can't ask questions. Can people of India ask those questions? No. Those questions and that mandate is with the opposition, which went on, raised the question, but when the opportunity came, did not put the government on the mat. Okay, the government messed up. They should have shown the country how the government messed up. Why did they come late? They had the opportunity to do so. Why did you not take that opportunity over the last even 2 days, even if it was late, Abbas Haider? That is the question I'm asking you.
And you have clear track record for over 2 years. They are not serious.
Navika ji, if the government refused to listen to the opposition inside the parliament, the opposition has right to resort to every legal and democratic right and tactic they want to use. If the two people who make decision inside the government do not show up in the parliament, if the mics of the leader of the opposition, the major leader from the opposition has been switched off, if the agenda has been set by the parliament arbitrarily, the opposition is not taken into confidence, then we have all the right to resort to other tactics.
Siddharth Yadav,
the government must
you are the ones doing dictatorship. Amit Shah may have successfully removed 370. He gets no marks for it. Naxalism removed from the country. Now we are instead seeing fashion shows happening over there. That must be a huge blot on his career graph, according to the opposition. But and he could successfully showcase national security in the manner that should be of great satisfaction to the country. But the opposition thinks that he is the one who's the villain of the show. Respond.
No, Navika ji, I think all such things that we recall, be it Article 370, be it the Naxalite movement, ending of that, be it national security, these are precisely the things which have caused that kind of frustration in the minds of the opposition. They can't realize and they can't understand, they can't decipher that how can one government solve everything that we have been facing for 70 years.
Well,
60 years.
Let me correct you, you haven't solved everything. There's still water on the road. Don't pat your back so much. There are lots of things that you still need to do, Siddharth. Just a minor correction.
No, absolutely, Navika ji. There's no denial. Obviously, there's a long way to go. If we say that India has to be Viksit Bharat in 2047, we are not in 2047 yet. So I'm not saying for that. But in terms of internal security, in terms of the big decisions, for the decisions that India's political discourse always said that these were the things that could never be solved, they are now solved.
Nobody can deny that there was a 370 problem in our country, which one faction of political parties in our country thought that it is untouchable. There were people in our country who used to say कि तिरंगे को
but meanwhile, deal with this. Meanwhile, deal with this. 56 inch ka chota bandar and foreign policy, which is demonstrated to hug an insult to a head of another nation and misogynistic on top of all of that. Ashwini Kumar Mishra, I gave you so many opportunities to express regret for some of, I'm not asking you to take back your opposition. I'm just saying be tasteful, keep high standard. You didn't even want to do that. You justified what was said. Now why do you want time, Ashwini Mishra?
The irony is Deepak Reddy, whose top leader called Modi terrorist and never clarified. They are taking a moral grounds on this issue.
चलिए भैया, आप अपना काम जैसे चल रहा है वैसे चलाते रहिए और hope करिए that Gen Z will be impressed with this demo that you've given. 56 inch ka chota bandar to not like Meloni. New law in political discourse in Parliament. Yes, say 7% of the people. No, say 33% of the people. Don't have a view, 1%. Well, the people have spoken. Nobody really appreciates this kind of language. But what can we do? Only hope for better sense to prevail. Well, thank you very much to all my panelists. On the other side, ladies and gentlemen, the big Tata development.